What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Greataxe Gaming. I'm Jax, and we are back with Friendsim. When we last left off, we had just finished Chahut's run, so now we are jumping to the next chapter. Hell yeah! With, I believe this is the Beekeeper, which is cool. You've been lucky enough to acquire a bounty of friendships since you arrived on this planet, but there's still an emptiness nestled right in the crook of your heart's atria. Maybe making one more friend will fix it. Maybe this next one will expand inside your chest like a sponge in the bath, pushing out all your sadness, loneliness, and insecurity. After all, number 20's the charm. Are you fucking JoJo? I'm not gonna lie, major fucking weeb right there. But if it's gonna have a bunch of JoJo references, I'm gonna be fucking happy. So Zebid Tongva. Tonight you're abuzz with excitement. Wait, nope. Your palm husk is vibrating in your pocket. One of your friends is contacting you. You pull it out and a notification pops up. ZZZ Buzzing ZZZ is requesting to add you on Chitter. The message is accompanied by a little icon, blue, with a silhouetted winged animal. Some of the similarities between this planet and your own are starting to stretch your powers of belief in coincidence. Whatever. You pull up the app and read the message from, could it be your potential new friend? OMG, hi! I hope it's okay to contact you. Oops, I should introduce myself. I saw your picture on Sarava's stream. I'm one of their biggest fans, but now I'm one of yours. Love those looks. Anyways, I would love to chat if you're open to it. If not, it's okay, you can just ignore me. Everyone else does. Could this be the universe reaching benevolently down to you to do you a solid? It's like being given a giant pile of money unasked. I'm conflicted, because on one hand, that is a very kind of almost manipulative method of contacting someone. On the other hand, I was that guy. So, you didn't have to do anything for this friendship. You didn't even have to walk anywhere. All you had to do was join the fabled social media, and it literally appeared in your pocket. Your hands are shaking a little as you go to respond. You don't want to seem too eager, or do you? You have no idea how to approach this. You thank Buzzing for his compliments and say that you would be happy to talk sometime. In an instant, a notification pops up inviting you to download another app. You do it, and a video screen opens. Suddenly, you can see your friend's face. He's sweet, round, and roly-poly, and smiling at you broadly. Hi, I'm Zebid. I hope it's not too sudden to gripe you like this. Is it okay? Oh, gee, you don't have to respond to that. Sorry for being weird. Let's start over. How do you know Sarava? Apart from being extremely friendly, this troll also seems to run both sides of the conversation by himself. Befriending him is the least effort you've ever put into anything. His enthusiasm is really cute, but there's something about him that unsettles you. Looking at his hopeful face gives you a dark stab of humiliation you don't quite understand. You swallow down the discomfort and tell him the story of your friendship with Sarava, leaving out Sarava's personal background. He hangs on your every word. That's so cool! I wish I could hang out with you guys. Not implying that you want to hang out, it's just no one ever comes to visit me. He takes out his phone and taps a few keys. A notification box pops up in front of the video. It's just a direct message from ZZ Buzzing Z that just says sad face. You ask him why that is. I live in the middle of nowhere. It's good for the bees, but I guess no one really thinks it's worth the effort. To come all the way out here, it's just me and my Lucis, and he can't really do much around the hive. It's fine. He really says the word sigh out loud. Despite saying it was fine, he seems dejected, with a distinct downward angle to his shoulders. Sorry, his shoulders. His buzzy accent is kind of getting to you. Save. Save. Yes. Okay. Ask more about where he lives. You say it must be nice to live in the countryside. You mentioned that you did get to see some of rural Eternia when you met Scylla, and it seemed beautiful. Zebid's face twists into a grimace. Yeah, I guess. Sensing this is a moment for sympathy, you tell him you're sure his friends would come visit if they were able to make the trek. Sure. It sounds like you did visit another troll that lives in the countryside, Zoe. So I guess you thought she was cooler than me. That's like, it's whatever. I don't need my friends to pick me first. You struggle for words. You want to reassure him, but you also don't know him that well yet. You weakly protest that you didn't mean to say Scylla was cooler than him. You didn't even know him then. Maybe you'll be able to visit him in the future too. Yeah, maybe. I've heard that before. He's not rejecting you, but you get the sense that a wall has been raised. You're sure you're going to keep chatting with Zebid from time to time, but you get the sense you're never going to become a true friend. You're stuck in acquaintanceship limbo. Looks like you failed to earn his trust. Ah, that stinks. Womp womp. Ask him if it's really fine. You tell him that you'd understand if he's not okay with it. After all, you say, it would really hurt your feelings if your friends didn't make any effort for you. Isn't that what friends are supposed to do? He gives you a grateful smile, some tension releasing from his frame. Oh, I would never ask that of anyone. I don't want to be annoying. Like, sometimes I really wish someone would take the time to visit, but I totally don't blame any of my friends for not coming. Like, I understand that you have to decide which friends come first, and I just don't. Oof. Like, this is really awkward. Some people are just cooler and more fun than me. It's understandable. This really must be your lucky day. First of all, no one has threatened bodily violence toward you in the past 10 minutes. Your fear for your life is at a low-key, reasonable level. Second, this troll is making it really obvious what he wants you to do. This is a total slam dunk of a friend opportunity. Say you'll visit. Zivid's face transforms utterly. It's astonishing. He goes from sullen and shadowed to utterly radiant. Your heart pangs with an overwhelming surge of fellow feeling. True, you've seen other trolls react emotively at the sight of meat and blood and your own body sparkling under the moonlight. But Zivid is the only one with such an extreme reaction to friendship. Man, you really are feeling this little guy. You'll come? Really? That's so cool! Thanks! This is gonna be so good. I'm gonna get all the best snacks in my loose. This is really cool. You're gonna like him. This is so exciting! You leave Zivid to do his preparations, even as the bubble of joy inside you goes a little wobbly. You aren't used to such high expectations from prospective friends. Mostly people just expect you to be an imbecile. You absolutely can't screw this up. You made a promise to your brand new friend. Unfortunately, that promise is to visit him in a house that is, by his own admission, so far away that not even people who know what the fuck is going on can be asked to find it. You haven't thought this through, but that's never stopped you before. First things first, what old friendships can you call on to help you out, i.e., who is likely to have a vehicle of some kind? You could call up Tagora to see what he thinks, but you don't want to be too needy with him. Amicia, well, doesn't look tall enough to reach the pedals. Zevra, just no. You are a strong, independent alien who don't need no troll. You also don't think aliens are allowed on public transit, and you don't know the number for troll taxis. So, you'll do crime. Perfect. What did Connell do when she stole a car? Punch the lock off with one big fist? You won't be punching off any doors, but eventually you find a car that isn't locked. Almost like someone helpfully left it for you. Heh, sucker. It pricks slightly at your conscience as you slide into the seat and fire up the autopilot, heading out into the country once again. But recently anything that isn't brutal, indiscriminate violence kind of doesn't faze you. So you stole a car. Big deal. It's not like anyone died. This is it. So begins your gradual slide into moral iniquity. A hardened criminal. That's you. Zivid does live pretty far out. He hadn't been exaggerating. You used the time to curl up in the backseat and catch up on some sleep, all the while trying to ignore the fact that the car reminds you of being inside a large, squishy animal. At least you get a few radio channels out here. Zivid's hive is big and buzzing. Literally. You hear a persistent drone of bees, and standing right outside is the boy himself. He's so excited that he's bouncing on his toes, clapping his hands together. He has a gold symbol on his shirt. You wonder if he's a psychic. You've finally been here long enough to pick up on racial stereotypes. Go you! You're here! You actually came! I can't believe that somebody actually went out of the way to visit me! Well, you don't really have a way to go out of, but you keep that to yourself. You are more than happy to accept the friendship points. Zivid lives you inside his hive, which, like Skillas, looks like he made a lot of it himself. There are hanging baskets of flowers and plants everywhere, and a zigzag shelf holding up a stack of colorful books. In one corner is a big screen TV and an entertainment center. Zivid vanishes into another room and leaves you to get comfortable on the big couch, which is unsubtly striped yellow and black. Buzzing is pretty loud in here too, and you look around for bees. You're not thrilled about the bees, honestly. You wish there was some music on your phone to drown them out. You're thinking about following Zivid and seeing if he needs help when your phone starts to vibrate. You look down and recognize Sarava's username. Oh boy. This is gonna go great. Answer. Might as well. You have no idea how long Zivid's gonna be in there. And if there's anyone with music, it's this troll. Hey dude. Sup? Can't believe it took you this long to get a chitter, Mao. Damn, you're like really lost without my help, huh? Looks like you only got 2 followers, though. You can feel some nameless tension and you bleed away to the thump of the lo-fi chill-hop beats, murmuring softly through Sarava's mic. If only you could just go spend time with your cool friends and stop making new ones, but even the thought makes your stomach wring itself out like a washcloth. There's no point in wishing for things to be different from how they are. You'd do anything for new friends. Anything. You ask them if they have any chitter advice, on how to be a cool guy online. I mean, you definitely came to the right troll, but I don't know if I should be managing a brand more than I already did. It's just risky for me, It's hard enough maintaining my image as it is. Other streamers always on my bulge. Doesn't mean we can't hang, though. I mean, it was really chill last time. Also, I need my clothes back. You assure Sarava that you totally still definitely have their clothes, and you totally did not destroy them in an epic battle to save a giant collie. That's cool, no worries or anything. I was wondering if you wanted to hang out today. If not, it's chill. I got all sorts of shit I can get up to. You know how it is. But yeah, let me know. Sarava streams 4 sweeps. Okay. Oh wow, how did you suddenly become so popular? Maybe this is what happens when you finally get online. Not only are you hanging out with one friend, you've got another one clamoring for your attention. Social media is amazing. You tell Sarava you would love to chill, but you're currently out in the middle of nowhere hanging out with someone else. Maybe Sarava has heard of him? Zvid Tongva? Surely everybody on the internet knows each other. I don't know him. Sorry. You spell out Zvid's Twitter handle. Sarava's face does a complicated dance between shock, worry, and wry amusement. Oh, dang. What are the odds? Small internet. So Sarava does know him. I mean, I know of him. Man, awkward. Are you guys tight, though? You tell Sarava that you aren't tight yet. Pretty loose, but you're working on it, which is why you're currently out in the middle of nowhere, sitting on this bee-themed couch. Sarava scratches awkwardly between their horns. Is that, like, what you go online to do? That whole scene? Scene? The only scene you know about is the friendship scene. And possibly the clown scene. And the meat scene. Actually, you may be in more scenes than you give yourself credit for. And you did get the feeling you were right on the edge of another one. You can taste it, and it makes your stomach growl. You tell Sarava whatever the scene is, you're definitely not part of it. You don't even know what they're talking about. So, what are they talking about? Not like to talk shit or whatever, because gods knows golds who live in a glass hive of tenuously curated online social interaction shouldn't throw stones or whatever. Fuck knows I got some shit back in the day. But maybe you shouldn't hang out with this dude, especially when you're like right on the edge of breaking out yourself. I mean, you have to be careful with this shit. It does what happened to me. Internet fame isn't a joke. They gesture vaguely toward their missing eye. Here, let me just link you. A link pops up in the Gripe chat box. You follow it to what appears to be a fanfiction account. Nothing wrong with a little fanfiction. You've never been much of a writer yourself, but you're pretty pro anybody doing whatever they want as long as it's not gruesome murder. You're a real chill dude that way. I mean, yeah, right, same. I'm not trying to judge or whatever, but you'll see what I mean. Scroll down. You scroll past the first few pages. Most of these seems to be about some band you've never heard of, and then almost at the end you find... Oh, damn. This appears to be a fanfic about Sarava. You don't click through. You kind of get the idea from the tags. Well, Sarava is a big deal after all. You guess it makes sense that people would include them in their, fantasies. You do it all the time, in a friend way. Yeah, you get what I'm saying now, though. I mean, live your dreams, right? Any guy on the internet can write whatever he wants about me, but, like, I don't want to see it. Just a heads up, you know? You get how that would be a little awkward. You tell Sarava you'll be careful of your infant internet fame. Though you doubt anyone will ever write anything about you. Who'd want to read about your dumb fuck exploits? Yeah, come over whenever, I'll smoke you up. Great, more bug ass. You end your call with Sarava and navigate back over to ZB's fanfiction account. Pick one of the ones not about Sarava. One of the teen-rated ones. You don't have anything about erotica, but maybe you'll save it for later. You don't know any of these characters, and the context is doubly indecipherable, the troll music business, but if this really is Zvid's writing, he's pretty good. You have such talented friends. I kind of feel Sarava on this one. I understand where they're coming from, because, like, to each their own, but that whole fanfiction about real people thing does kind of... I don't know, I just don't get it myself. Like, Hey, sorry I took so long. Shit! Zvid sneaks up on you from behind. You quickly lock your phone, but apparently not quickly enough. How did you find this? Oh god, you went searching for me? I thought we were friends. What? Of course you're friends. Friends don't go digging through each other's shit. I would have showed you my fic if you just asked. You tell them that you did not go looking for it. Sarava just gave it to you when they called you up just now. Zvid's face closes down. Is it you, or has the sound of bees gotten louder? Oh, right. So your cool friend Sarava told you. I see how it is. No, they just called you. You just answered the phone. No, it's fine. I totally get it. Even coming out all this way out here, I'm still not a priority. It's fine. It's not even a big deal. I'm totally used to it. You and Sarava. What are your mate sprits? You're absolutely not mate sprits with Sarava. You're not mate sprits with anyone as far as you know. Fuck. Having so many friends is exhausting. Oh, really? Like, your life is so great. I get it. You have just so many friends and you're so popular and everyone wants to spend time with you. Zvid is crying and not trying to hide it. It's very sad and extremely awkward. You feel terrible. Also, like, kind of a dickhead. You're always doing all this complaining about your lot in life, when to tell the truth, you've actually got a lot going for you. You have all these amazing friends who go out of their way to check up on you and ask if you want to hang out. Of course, all that complaining is just in your internal monologue. It's not like anyone can hear your thoughts, thank God for that. Well, I'm so glad you and Sarava have each other. Maybe you can go hang out with them and make fun of me some more. You try to tell Zvid you were absolutely not making fun of him. You were just curious about his hobbies and interests. You absolutely want to read his fan fiction, but the kid isn't listening anymore. Fuck, you hope the horror has enough gas to get you back to civilization. Woof! Okay, let it go to voicemail. You decide just to let the call go to voicemail. You're busy with a different friend right now, and you can call them back on your drive home. Or, not home, but the closest you've got right now. It'll give you something to do besides sleep. You mess around on a phone for a little bit, filling out your profile on Chitter. Alien Invasion of One, just here, I guess. That's honestly the best you can come up with. You aren't quite sure how to translate your age to sweeps, so you don't even bother with it. You've already gained some new followers. Sarava retweeted your intro tweet, or chirp, whatever. Zebid comes back with a glass and tray of comes back in with a tray of snacks and 2 glasses of something bright red that you hope isn't Fago. Or blood, but that goes without saying at this point. Hey, who are you talking to? I heard your palm husk go off. You tell him that you weren't talking to anybody. You let the call go to voicemail. Does he really think you're the kind of person who would take a call from someone else while you're having a hang sesh? Heck no.
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
Zebid says that, but he's obviously incredibly happy that you did. He sets the tray down and hops up on the couch next to you.
So, what do you want to do? I have a bunch of really cool stuff we could check out, but I didn't want to make you do just whatever I wanted. I know we barely know each other.
You tell him that whatever he wants to do is fine with you. You're not picky in any sense of the word. Zebid seems a little at sea by your lack of opinion, but eventually he puts on the first episode of Pirate Show. This is nice. It's nice to just chill for a little while. But you barely get through the opening credits before Zebid changes his mind and puts on a show about space pirates instead. But then he gives up on that too. Keeps looking at you for input, but the extent of your experience with troll pop culture is Ramil's knockoffs and that one shitty romance flick Polypa took you to see. You're not informed enough to have an opinion. You are seriously down for whatever. Zebid does the same thing with video games for a while, becoming increasingly more distressed. You feel deep empathy at his plight, but also mild annoyance. You understand this unreasonable fear of beefing it in front of your friends. You feel like that pretty much all the time. You eventually just suggest to Zebid that you could just watch the last thing you watched on GrubTube. Zebid goes delicate gray color that you come to realize is the troll version of a Blanche.
Yeah, we could do that for sure, but, a guy's GrubTube queue is, kind of personal. Not that I don't trust you. If you can't trust randos you met online and invited to your house, who can you trust, right?
You feel that way too. You've also felt the overwhelming urge to throw yourself into the arms of strangers since you crash-landed down here. You tell Zebid that you aren't going to judge him. You don't judge your friends. An overwhelming look of trembling gratitude comes over him, and once again you feel an uncomfortable pulse of empathy. You weren't used to being the desperate one. You were used to being the desperate one. You aren't sure how you feel about this turnabout, all this social power.
Okay.
The two of you scroll down through the history of his GrubTube account, and you find yourself choked up by the incredible trust he is showing you right now, letting someone in behind the curtain. There doesn't really seem to be anything worth getting stressed over. No porn or anything. He does have a lot of videos of Sarava, specifically ones where they are actually on camera.
Yeah, they are so cool. It's so rad that you guys are tight. I really want to meet them someday.
He sighs. Then he sighs again a little louder. You catch on to your part in this bit and tell him that you can probably figure out a way to make that happen. You hope you don't have to follow through on that. Sarava's a busy guy, and you aren't sure they actually let anyone into their hive. Well, beside you. But you seem to be the exception to a number of rules. You keep that last part to yourself. The rest of his videos in his recent history are about a band called Hatch to Dance. Music videos, interviews, and a compilation of vlogs. You ask him what all this is.
You've never heard of H2D? Really? They're so cool, they're my fave. I mean, whatever, they're alright, I guess. Their music's kind of catchy and they have a pretty dope group dynamic.
You mentioned that all of them seem to be pretty good looking, too.
Really? You think so?
You point out a guy with tall horns that swoosh into hooks and a lot of white hair that falls into his eyes. This guy's particularly handsome.
Him? He's okay, I guess, if you're really into basic. Not that I think you're basic or anything.
He shows you some of the music videos. They have really high production values and extremely elaborate sets. All of the band members sing and dance and get very close to kissing each other. I'm getting a K-pop vibe here. Like, again, not anything wrong with K-pop. It's a pretty big scene. It's just not mine. Mainly because I like to be able to sing along, and that requires understanding the lyrics. He'd been really nervous about showing you this. Its deep, dark secret was that he likes music videos? Is being into pretty pop stars some kind of cultural taboo?
Not really, just, it's kind of lame, right? I really just want you to like me.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious. And you do like him. You just wish he wouldn't say shit like that. It's embarrassing. Also, it reminds you that you yourself have gone around doing pretty much the same thing. Pretending to agree with everything your prospective friends say, lying, saying you're into things you aren't, just all around being a big phony. The circumstances are different for you, though. You're an alien. This is hostile territory. You don't have a hive or lucis or even horns. So it's way less pathetic for you to be like this than it is for Zebid, right? Deep down, you know you're full of shit. You're just coming up with reasons to excuse your behavior in yourself that you condemn in others. You hang your head in shame. Zebid, who is not privy to your internal monologue, looks confused. Is it possible that you're doing the wrong thing in your eternal quest for friends? Could it be that before you can spiral any further into full-blown existential crisis, you hear a noise from outside that you really, really don't like? Several noises, in fact. A crash, followed by a thump. Followed by a
Get out of here, you fucking piece of shit, you thief!
Oh dear. Zeebit scrambles around to look over the back of the couch. You can just make out a shape through the window.
Hey, this is a totally wild question that I typically would never ask a potential friend, but, did you steal that scuttle buggy?
Ah, funny story. You didn't know how else to get out here. You did it for him, for your nascent friendship.
Wow, nobody's ever stolen the scuttle buggy from me before. Huh. Did you forget to take the GPS chip out, though? Because I think whoever you stole it from found it.
GPS chip. Right? Fuck. This is not an auspicious start to your life of crime. Maybe you aren't quite ready to go into it alone yet. Another crash and rattle. Sounds like someone is taking pieces out of Zeebit's hive. You get up and start for the door.
Hey, what are you doing? You can't go out there, they look big, and they sound huge. You'll get killed.
Right. He's definitely got a point there, but whoever's outside seems intent on demolishing his hive brick by brick, so they're gonna get in eventually anyways. Better for you to go out there now and face the music so at least one of you gets out of this. Zeebit stares at you. Weird, globby golden tears pull at the corner of his eyes.
You would do that? For me? Nobody's ever offered to die for me before. That's so nice.
Yeah, pretty nice. Also pretty erotic, considering you're about to go give yourself up to a big angry troll whose car you absolutely stole. Well, it's been fun while it lasted. Actually, it's been mostly terrible. Oh well, goodbye, cruel world.
Wait!
You have one hand against the door when Zeebit's shout rings against the walls and ceiling.
No one is touching my new friend!
Outside, the buzzing rises to a rattling crescendo, so loud that it no longer sounds like animals. It sounds like weather or a fighter jet. The intruder screams. You wince, but you are also overwhelmed by gratitude and excitement. Zeebit did that for you. The screams stop after a few seconds, and the buzzing gradually recedes. You and Zeebit are left staring at the door, then at each other. Behind you, Grub2 is auto-playing an H2D interview. Little ambient crackles of the white electricity you've come to associate with psychics wreaths Zeebit before that fades too. Did he seriously just telekinetically gather up a bunch of bees and just throw them?
No. That sounds hard and is potentially dangerous for the bees. I'm more just ask them nicely. I'm bad at it, though sometimes it doesn't work.
Well, it sure worked this time.
Yeah.
Zeebit nods, then he nods again.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, right?
Two of you venture outside to see what's going on. Nothing is going on. The car is exactly where you left it, and there's no sign of the bees or the intruder, so they either ran away or got stung so many times they dissolved into sludge. You feel another pang of conscience, but it's not enough to cover your ecstatic surge of happiness when you see how chuffed Zeebit is to have set some bees on a guy. You tell him that you're grateful. You think about him that you're proud of him, but you don't want to literally make him explode. You let him hug you instead.
Guess this means you have a scuttle buggy now?
Yeah! Spoils of war.
You want some buttery exploded kernels? I make them myself. Well, I put the kernels in a pot and explode them.
Tell him that sounds great. He's honestly pretty fun to visit. Minus the sudden attack, you're having a really nice time, and that part was entirely your fault. He should quit putting himself down so much and being such a desperate piece of shit. You mean that in the nicest way possible. And it's pretty good advice in general. You know, just to have floating out there. Finally, we can be friends. Oh, well, that was adorable. Alright, well, that's it for this episode. Yeah. A little awkward. Some of those statements and things. Lessons that I could have used way earlier on in life, honestly. But, hey, you know, you live and learn. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You want to buy me a coffee, the link is down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. You want to catch my streams? They are Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern over on GreataxeJakz on Twitch, same as my Twitter handle. And thanks for watching. Later, y'all.